I have missed it. So I thought I would come back on live and see how everybody was doing and what's been going on and how are things going in your part of the world. So here we are. I am actually working on getting my minister's license, so I actually need to like fill out the information like today. It's the application for it, and I'm going through the process for it. So why don't we just do this together? Like, why not? I guess I'll just work on this till people join and see. Oh, there's people on here. Hi. I'm working on getting my minister's license. So I'm literally filling out the application as we speak. Hey, Leo, good to see you. So the candidate is me, filling that out. How are you all doing? What's been going on? What's the world like where you are, on your part of the world? Things are going good for me. They are very busy, very busy. Hi Steve, I have a film coming out in 2 weeks, and I am getting my minister's license. So I've got to go through the review for that and I guess all the training and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot going on, and then I'm going to teach an auditioning workshop, and I'm starting a business. If anybody has any like small business insight or tips or anything like that, please let me know, because I'm trying. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm wanting to just stretch myself in this way and grow in this way. So yeah, it's kind of been very hectic and very crazy. Austin, Taco Bell, that's right. I just had Taco Bell like last week. I hadn't had it in a long time, and then 2 different people gave me gift cards to it, so I was able to enjoy it. It's so much better when it's like, it almost feels like it's free, you know? Well, it was free because I got gift cards, but that was nice. Also, I got another kitty cat. He's over here. He's making the camera move right now as we speak. So his name is Milo. So he's Goose's brother. I'm sure a lot of you remember Goose. Oh my gosh. That's why the phone's moving, because he's literally like sniffing it right now. Come here, Milo. Come say hi to everybody. Come here, Bubba's. No, he's not having it at all. So maybe he'll come on though here in a second and you guys can meet him. He's pretty wonderful. He was actually found, a friend of mine found him. He had been dumped on like a hiking trail. So that was pretty sad. And hey Richard, and we think my theory is that whoever had Milo probably got a dog or something, because Milo's he's very apprehensive around dogs. And so I would imagine that this is just the theory I've made up in my head. I would imagine that this person got a dog and Milo didn't like it, and the person was just like, oh, I'd rather have a dog than a dog and this cat that doesn't like him, so they dumped him. So I was able to take him to the vet, and he had a clean bill of health by some miracle. Thank you, Jesus. I was praying so hard that this cat was healthy, and he was, and I got all of his shots and stuff updated. He didn't have a chip or anything, so I immediately added a chip to him, and I got him neutered and all that stuff. So he and Goose get along splendidly. Like, immediately they got along really well and wanted to, like, there was no introduction time really. Like, I kept them separated until Milo got a clean bill of health, just in case, and then I did the whole, like, you know, put a baby gate up, let them have each other's scents separately and stuff, and they were both just like, no, we don't need all this, we're brothers, you know, we want to be together. So that was really nice and such a blessing. And so, like, they get along so well, and it's been very easy. So But yeah, other than that, like, everything is very exciting and busy and hectic, but all good things. So I'm really excited for my new film to come out. It's really fun. It's very, very fun. And as soon as I can, like, post it publicly, I will. And I think you guys will really like it too. So, but it premieres in like 2 weeks, and I cannot wait. Because it was a lot of fun to make, and I made it for like a film competition. And the people who run the competition, like, we haven't even gotten to the award ceremony or anything yet, but they liked it so much they called me and they asked me to be a guest on their television show to talk about the film and promote it. And so that was really exciting as well, and that was a lot of fun to do too. So I've had like such a blast with this movie, and just getting to promote it and share it with people, and I cannot wait for it to be public, you know. But yeah, lots of good things going on. Lots of changes. I'm really like leaning into a lot of ministry stuff, like not just social media wise, but in person wise. So that's been a lot of growing, which is all good things. You guys know that's kind of stuff is really, really good, and just strengthens your character and adds to your resilience and grows your community and yourself. So all of those things have definitely been happening for me, and it's been pretty awesome. So exhausting, but awesome. Also, let's see, so as a lot of you know, I was dealing with a lot of nerve pain from running, and so I had to take a break from running, which is really, really, really hard to do when you enjoy running. When you enjoy something, it's so hard to then have to be forced to take a break from it. That's really tough. So I did that, and lost all endurance with running, which is fine. I'm building back up. I started from the very beginning, and I am being so diligent about doing my warm-ups, which I always did that before, but really now being so diligent on the stretching and taking care of my body after the run, and only running every other day versus 5 days a week or whatever. Now I'm just doing every other day, and I am forcing myself to take it slow, take it easy, be mindful of what I'm doing, and be mindful of how my body is feeling. So I'm kind of literally starting back over from zero. But it has been good, and I hope for it to continue to stay good, But tell me how all of you are doing. I see a lot of you commenting on the videos and stuff, and that's awesome, because I can see, it's almost like I get to know you guys, because I get to see a lot of the same names and same people. And I also post a lot on Instagram and TikTok. Also, if you guys have Facebook, I have a page over there called the Gracie Simmonds, and I post a lot of my content on there as well. And sometimes it's easier to share from that platform. If you ever want to share any of my videos, please feel free to do so, or comment or anything like that. Like, a lot of times those other platforms make it a little bit easier to be community friendly. I mean, I also really love the YouTube community so much. So, hey Sergio. So it's just there's such great pros to every platform. And so with this one, I do feel like we have such a great community on here. And, but like I said, on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, sometimes it's just easier to share things from those platforms with each other. So please feel free to do that. What else? Let's see. My goodness. It's almost summer. I love summer. If you guys didn't know, that's definitely my absolute favorite season. I like for it to be hot. I cannot stand the cold weather. I cannot stand like a winter season. Even if the winter season's kind of warm, it still kind of, there's just something about the cycle of life that comes with fall and winter. But then it's always really exciting when you get to see spring and all the birds, and they're building their nests and laying eggs, and all the trees are turning green, and all the grasses and flowers are in bloom. Like, that's always really, really awesome. So, but yeah, I'm just filling out this minister's license application. And if all goes well and I meet with the board of my church and that goes well, then I will be a licensed local minister. And I can do that for like a year, and then I can go district-wide, and then I can get ordination. So this is all good, exciting, new stuff. So I'm sure that this is like boring to watch me fill out, but I was like, what better place to come and fill out my stuff than with my Christian YouTube community. Are there any like videos or anything that you guys want to see, any content that you're looking for? Because I want to hear you. Like, I want to give the people what they want. Also, I mean, number one is serving Christ, obviously. But it also has to be, that's Milo's tail. It also has to be engaging, you know, it has to be stuff people want to see. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like Jesus has got to be glorified no matter what. But on the other side of that, along with that, you know, it's always great to grow with your audience and to, you know, to just share and build community. Thank you, Leo. Richard Goose is doing great. He has a new brother who was the one whose tail you just saw, who's now currently making biscuits. So we think, by we I mean me and Goose, we think Milo is probably about a year. The vet also thought he was probably under a year when I took him. So I say like about a year, and then Goose is 3 years old. He just turned 3 at the beginning of May. So Goose is like the cool older brother. And then Milo's like the mischievous younger brother, who is just very, very funny and silly. Milo, I'll see if he comes here so you guys, I want you guys to see him. But he's busy. He's busy making biscuits, my bad. But here's his, come here, Bubba's. No, he's settling. Okay. Okay, he just literally laid down. Milo, the people want to see you. Come here. Come here. No? I bet if I had a treat, he would come over here. He is so obsessed. He is so food motivated. And Goose is not like that at all. Goose, like, you could put food in his bowl and he would have left it all day till he just felt like eating. But Milo, it's like he hears the bag of food being even touched and he comes running into the room to get it. So it's just so funny how different they are, but how well they still get along. So yeah, but tell me what's going on with you all. Like, share any cool updates, anything that's going on, anything God's teaching you. Come here, Bubba's. I'll tell you what, God and I have really been through it these last, like, gosh, all through fall, all through the last year, for real. There's just been a lot of growth in faith and trust, for sure, in just trusting that God will take care of what he says he'll take care of, and that he is who he said he is, kind of thing. And just in not worrying, even about things that the world would deem absolutely worthy of worrying about. You know, I feel like I fully believe that that's something God's been working on with me, of like, listen, yeah, the world says you should be worried about these things, but girl, I got you, kind of thing. Okay, Leo, your son's taking acting classes. That's amazing. And your other son wants to be a pastor. Oh my gosh, it's like the two sides of me. Where I'm like, Listen, I love acting and performing, and I also love preaching. So what do we do with this? You know, that's amazing. That's really, really cool. I'm excited. Hi, Scott. I'm trying to get my cat to come on here. Working and studying the Bible. Yeah, I totally feel that. Goose, I think, is sleeping under the bed. He has like a little, I call it an igloo because that's what it is. It's like a little cat house. And he has a little igloo he's been sleeping in today. But Milo, come here. Come here so people can see you. They want to meet you. Okay, let's see how long he'll sit here. This one's Milo. Say hello. Say hello. Say, I'm the mischievous younger brother. Yes, and then Goose, yeah, that's my orange kitty. I mean, Milo, you know, you saw him, he's kind of a creamy orange. But Goose is like, there's also been like a lot of construction happening outside of the apartment. So, the boys, I call the cats the boys haven't been able to sleep all day like they normally do. So their sleeping schedule has been kind of weird. So usually at this time, that's like Milo's kind of being active right now, but usually at this time they both kind of get the zoomies and stuff. But since there's been all that construction, it's literally like right outside the apartment, and it's right where Goose likes to stare out the window. Stop, Milo. He's trying to bite my computer. So Goose hasn't been able to like just sit there and relax the way he normally does. So it's been making him a lot more tired and things like that during different hours. But oh, Bandit is a very cute name for a cat, Scott. Yeah, I think Milo would get along with literally like any cat ever. He's just like such a chill guy, but in like chill in a like, I'm just happy to be here and have fun. Goose is chill in a way that's like calm. who like internalizes everything. Oh yeah, Goose is like huge. I think I took him to the vet back in August and he was like 13 pounds, I think. I want to say 13 pounds even, but I think he's probably bigger now. But it's kind of crazy because he really doesn't eat that much food at all. And like I said, he's not food motivated, but he's bigger. That's just his breed. You know, he's part Maine Coon. Milo scarfs down everything in sight, like cannot eat enough, and is like tiny in comparison to Goose. So I think Milo's probably about like 9 pounds now, which is still pretty big, but I think for his like breed, he's totally fine. Even when I took him to the vet after we found him, after my friend found him, I think he was like 8 pounds or something, and he was in rough shape, and something had like bit him on the face too, so I was very nervous that he was gonna have some kind of illness or something. And so I prayed so hard until I could take him to the vet, and I kept him in the bathroom so I could keep them separated, and I even like anointed the door with oil and prayed over that, because I was like, listen, I know there's no power in this oil, but there's power in my faith here. So that's what I did, and God, you know, was very generous, and the cat, Milo, couldn't be healthier. Even the vet was shocked. She was like, he has a completely clean panel, and he's completely like healthy. So she was quite surprised as well, because we don't even know how long he had been like out in the woods and stuff. So we were very, very lucky. Oh my gosh, he's like giving himself a little bath right now. What a little weirdo. Milo. Oh my goodness. I want to show you guys, but it's gonna look kind of crazy probably. Look at him. Milo, you're silly. Cats just crack me up because they'll just like suddenly start like bathing. Which, yeah, it's like that's what they're supposed to do, but it just makes me laugh because it's always at like such a strange time, you know. I don't know why I thought I could come on here and like fill out paperwork, you know, I just thought, oh, this is from a minister's license, and this is my Christian YouTube community, so I might as well, because there's like questions on here like describe your conversion, describe your experience of entire sanctification, describe your call into ministry. Is there a particular ministry role you believe God is leading you to pursue? I guess I'm an evangelist. I didn't realize that till someone else pointed it out to me, and they were like, we were taking like the APEST test. I don't know if you all are familiar with that, but it's like apostle, pastor, evangelist, shepherd, teacher, APEST. And the teacher was like, oh, what do you think you're gonna get? She had us go around the room and kind of say that. And before I even answered, she was like, you're gonna test as an evangelist. And which, I don't know, I just never thought of myself as an evangelist. And then when I took the test, I was an evangelist. So, but I guess that's true, especially on here. Obviously, I'm like literally using the internet to do evangelism and spread the word about Jesus and the gospel, you know. So yeah, but I guess also I don't know about you all, but I definitely tend to think of, when I think of the word evangelist, I'll usually think of like a televangelist, like the old-timey ones that used to do like specials on TV. And unfortunately, a lot of them were crooks, you know, and be like, send us your money and God will bless you because you sent us your money, which is not biblical, you guys. Hi, Donald. So, yeah. But it's just funny to me on all that stuff. Did I grow up Christian or come to the faith later in life? I definitely came to faith later in life, but by later, I was like 15. I was almost 16 years old when I became a Christian, but Christian values and Christ were never spoken about or taught growing up for me in my home. But I had like a really hard life growing up, and I wanted to understand, like, why is God allowing these things to happen, and why is he not stopping it, basically was really what I wanted to know. And so I started reading all these books about God, and I started to read the Bible to the best of my ability. It's really hard when you don't understand context or know really anything about it. It's really hard to just start reading the Bible, but I was like, I need to understand God. I must, you know. And a friend at school kept inviting me to youth, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Honestly, I was like scared to go because I was afraid that there would be like repercussions at home from wanting to go to church. I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that, but that's genuinely like what my apprehension was. But then I finally got the courage to go, and I really think Jesus was there with me, and he is always, but you know what I mean? Like, it was just extra that night, and I was like, oh, okay, like, this is what I'm looking for. So I just leaned right in and was like, yeah, and now I'm gonna get baptized, and now I'm gonna be all in, and I've been all in ever since. You know, Jesus is my very best friend. So yeah. Yep. So it was just like, then I, you know, pursued, I got a ministry degree, but I also really love performing and acting and making films and things like that. So I also got a directing certification at UCLA, like all that kind of stuff. A lot of you guys know this already. So yeah, Scott, I was just like really trying to figure out what in the world is, like, where's God's control in all of this, and like, who is he in all of this? Because, you know, as a teenager and a child, you don't realize, like, oh, you make your own choices and God gives you free will and things like that. Was I a theater kid in high school? Absolutely not. Because I cannot sing. Like, I have no musical talent whatsoever. And pretty much every, like, theater in high schools and stuff are, they do musicals. So that was, like, not for me because I knew my limitations. Like, I knew, yeah, I can't sing. I always wanted to do television and film acting versus stage acting. But then what's funny is I ended up, I've been doing improv for like 12 years now, and have performed on literally like hundreds of stages, and have even done improvised plays, which are really fun, doing an entire play with no script and not even knowing what it's going to be about until you're there. So, um, so that's been really, really a very cool experience for my life, to literally be like, okay, you have 50 minutes or an hour and a half or however long to do a play, and then you just ask the audience, like, what's the title of this play? And then they kind of they can give you a title, and you just have to make up an entire show from there. That's really cool and fun. And I don't even think, as a kid, I would have ever thought that was something that was possible to do. So, and yes, Felix, you're right. It does always seem like the theater kids are like so extroverted. And I am definitely an introverted kind of gal. So, but when I'm on stage and performing, I'm so extroverted because it's like, oh, the character that I'm performing is very extroverted, and I kind of put a lot of energy into that, and then coming off stage, you're like, ugh. So, yeah. I think I feel Goose. He's under the bed. I hope he comes up here so you guys can see him. Goosey! Goosey, you wanna come join us? We're all just talking and hanging out. So, he's a good baby. Oh, thanks, Felix. Yeah. It's really fun, to perform like that, because it seems really terrifying from the outside, where you're like, oh wow, you don't have a script, you don't know what you're going to be performing. But then when you practice and you learn the rules to improv and stuff, hi Victor, it becomes so easy after that. You're like, oh, I can literally make up anything, and my partner's going to support it, my team's going to support it, and we're going to do such great work here together, So, I'm hoping Goose will come up. Goose, come on. I don't think he's going to. I think he was just playing. And now he's like, never mind. He's like one of those cats who, he absolutely does not like the camera. And I wish he did. Like, I wish he would be more, like, excited when I've got a camera out. Milo is, but not Goose. So, it's hard to catch good, video of him. But if you guys go on my Instagram, I'm at the Gracie Simmonds. I post what I call a daily dose of Goose on my stories. So there's always, every day, there's a picture of him on there, whether it's good or bad. And then Milo's also, he's got his moments with Milo. So if you want to see more like personal content like that, you can head to Instagram or Facebook at the Gracie Simmonds. So Goose is definitely an introvert. He internalizes everything. So he's kind of a lot like me. And then Milo is like my extrovert, who's like ready to party, who's like, I'm just so happy to be here. He could not be happier to just exist. And then Goose is like, everything needs to be like well handled and well taken care of, and not out of sequence or out of routine. So he kind of panics about that kind of stuff. So, but they're both very, very good. Oh, Milo and Otis, I forgot about that movie. Yeah, it was good. Or like Homeward Bound. Do you guys remember that movie, Homeward Bound? All good. Pets are just like so precious, right? Like, they're just such a little gift. And I feel so blessed to have these little guys and get to take care of them and stuff. It just makes my heart very happy. So, but okay, y'all. Wow, we've already by we, I mean I have already talked to you all for 30 minutes. That's a lot. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I am going to work really hard on my ministry license application. Thank you for sitting with me and chatting. And I need to be doing more of these more often. So thank you for sticking with me. And I will be praying for all of you. Have such a great night. Everybody be safe and enjoy the rest of your week. All right. We will all talk soon. Bye, guys. If I know how to end it, we could do that.